If you're trying to get better at how you communicate, how you show up, and how you connect with people, this series is just as much for me as it is for you. Hi, my name is Michael, and I usually talk about wealth building on this channel, but not just financially. I'm also working on how I think and how I communicate and how I just express myself. And honestly, part of this challenge is for myself. I want to get more comfortable on camera because I know I suck at it. And I want to get better at explaining ideas and build the discipline of showing up consistently, even when it's not perfect. And I apologize for how imperfect most of these videos are at this point. So for the next 30 days, I'm working through a book called How to Win Friends and How to Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And I plan to do this one chapter at a time and applying it to real life as I go, because I believe understanding people is a skill that I need to improve. And maybe you guys feel like that too. So let's start with chapter 1. If you want better relationships, better opportunities, and even better financial outcomes, you have to understand this. Criticism feels productive, but it rarely creates progress. There's a principle that says, if you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. Now, Dale Carnegie actually titles his first chapter this, and I think there's a reason he sets up the foundation of his book with this first chapter. It sounds really simple, but most people ignore it every single day. Because when something goes wrong, our instinct is to criticize, complain, or condemn. We point it out. We try to correct it, to call it what it is. But here's the problem. People don't respond to criticism the way that we think they will. When you criticize someone, they don't hear, I want to help you. They hear, I'm being attacked, and I'm scared, and I want to do everything to fight against you. And the moment that happens, they stop listening. They defend, they justify, they shut down. And now all that progress that you made, or that you thought you made, is just gone. So if criticism doesn't work, what does? It's one simple word: understanding. Now, let me preface that with, it doesn't mean that you're agreeing or that you're avoiding accountability in this situation. It just simply means understanding. Because when people feel understood, they show up, they open up. And when they're open, they're willing to change. This shows up everywhere. In leadership, you don't build strong teams by tearing people down. In business, you don't build relationships by pointing out flaws first. And even with money, people don't change their financial habits because they're shamed. They change because they see a better path forward. If your goal is to influence, you don't start with criticism. You start with connection. Because at the end of the day, you can be right or you can be effective. And most people never realize those two are very different things. I hope you guys have liked this first video of the series, and I hope that you enjoy it and that you gain as much as I feel like I gained from the chapter. And if you like the video, please click like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Have a great day.